Hey everybody, it's Stephanie and Valerie again here I'm from Beausoleil Realty Group at Keller Williams, and Stephanie is here from Atlantic Bay Mortgage, and we are here for our Monday Mortgage Minute. And today Stephanie is going to talk a little bit about whether or not applying for a mortgage affects your credit. Stephanie, before we get started, would you tell us a little bit about yourself and how long you've been in the industry?
Yes. Hey, Stephanie Anderson, producing sales leader with Atlantic Bay Mortgage. Been in the business for 18 years and wouldn't have it absolutely any other way.
Awesome, awesome. All right, so we'll save a little bit of time here. We'll get started right away. Does it affect the credit? When people apply for their mortgage, how does that help them, hurt them? Tell me a little bit about it.
Yes, great question because this is one I get asked all the
Mhm.
time. I
Me
want to
too.
get qualified for a mortgage, but I don't want it to affect my credit. So each lender is a little different. We have a unique way of looking at that credit upfront in that we do what's called a soft pull. So there are two types of credit inquiries. A soft pull is kind of like a behind the scenes pull on your credit. If that buyer went to another loan company, whether it's mortgage related or not, and had their credit pulled, if I had done a soft pull on their credit, that next company would never even see that they had an inquiry on there. So again, it's kind of like a behind the scenes pull
Okay.
on credit. It generally does have all the information, accounts, derogatory, positive, balances, etc., accurately as what will be pulled in on the hard pull. But I do want to put a little disclaimer out there that occasionally, I really would say rarely, you do see an account pop up on a hard pull of credit that you didn't see originally on the soft pull.
Yep.
So kind of that defined out that soft pull going into a hard pull on credit, it counts as an actual inquiry on credit. So it does fall into the calculation of the credit score, as well as if they have their credit pulled in the future, those future creditors would be able to see that others had pulled their credit. There is a bit of a myth though, in regards to having that credit pulled and it penalizing your credit score. That is, in general, truthful, but it's been exaggerated a bit. So you can have 2 to 3 inquiries on your credit within the last 120 days without seeing very much impact at all on your credit score. You may see some, but we're talking less than 20 points on that. That rule was really meant for those that are abusing their credit, right? Ones that know they can't, they have derogatory credit, but every time they walk into the store, every time they get something in the mail, they're just applying. You will see that that does penalize the credit score. But again, just a couple of inquiries is not going to penalize you. And in fact, when you pull credit, inquiries over the last 120 days are all that are seen. You don't see inquiries prior to that 120 days.
Interesting, interesting. So when you at your company do your final process, when do you do that hard pull?
Yes. So depends on the loan scenario. I always start with a hard pull. If it looks like I can proceed, then I'll generally go ahead and do that hard pull as long as I have that buyer's permission. But what pulling the soft pull does, advantage for that buyer is that if I pull that soft pull and I know automatically I can't move forward with that loan, we can just stop there, right?
Okay.
I'm not paying the cost to get that hard pull on the credit, as well as the buyer doesn't have that additional inquiry on their credit. It
Okay.
also will allow me to, because I've done that soft pull, coach them through, hey, you're not ready today, but
Mhm.
here are some things that you can do to get ready. We'll come back and do the hard pull at the right time.
Perfect. That sounds great. All right.
So
Well,
I always try to encourage folks, never let that stop you from having a trusted loan officer look at your scenario, because you're not going to know without talking to a professional, right? So don't let that myth hold you up, because again, you can't get educated, you can't move forward in getting prepared to purchase a home without taking that step. It really is an absolute mandatory step.
And is that standard for the industry to do the soft pull and then the hard pull, or is that something kind of specific to Atlantic Bay that you can?
Yes. So that is fairly unique to Atlantic Bay. Most lenders are going to just start immediately with a hard pull on credit. Again, we start with that soft pull and then proceed with the hard pull at the appropriate time.
Seems like it's better for the client to do it that way.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
very much so. Very much so.
I can appreciate that. Well, Stephanie, thank you for joining us today. We kept this one nice and short and sweet. And I put on the screen here how you can reach out to Stephanie if you want to find out if you're qualified to purchase a home now and what you need to do to get yourself qualified in the future. Stephanie, is there anything you wanted to add to this?
I just appreciate you having me and look forward to our next Monday Mortgage Minute.
We will see you all soon. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.